I, 28 male, think my girlfriend, 26 female of 4 years is going to leave me for her dying ex-boyfriend in first love. Following their messages, I have not been the same person since. It happened that I was using her old iPad for work, and her Facebook account was still connected to it. I was ready to write her using my Messenger app since I had left my phone at home, but I saw she had received messages from her ex-boyfriend and decided to back out. Let's call him Andre for the time being. Her and Andre had been together for 2 years at the time of writing. Their first love was each other, and she never told me what happened between them. While on a family trip in California with my parents, I happened to see her a year and a half after they separated. I didn't know much about him other than the fact that they were in a relationship throughout high school and college. When I first met her, we hit it off straight away. She showed me around Los Angeles and didn't seem to mind that I was residing in Australia. In order to move her to another country, we had to be in a long-distance relationship for a year until I had saved up enough money. Aside from that, it took me months to find a job in Los Angeles that would allow me to be financially secure when I first came in the city. We're still going strong 3 years after we first started. As a result, I reasoned, when I clicked on their chat, I saw the kiss and love emoticons right away and was intrigued. It was at that point that I realized what was going on. I won't go into details, but one message stood out to me. She said that she would be leaving me for a few months to care for him. In the early stages of cancer, he feels he will die. He has cancer and believes he will die. In one of his messages to her, he inquired as to whether she would be interested in paying him a visit at his residence. And I'm very certain she did, since they both remarked how much fun they had together and how good it was to meet up with one other again. My discovery of the truth took place a week ago this week. She had no clue that I was aware of this, or that I took her old iPad out of its box and read their messages for 2 days without her knowledge. She has absolutely no idea what she is talking about. Despite the fact that she feels everything is okay between us, I want to uncontrollably for a long time and do bodily harm to myself. I don't have any friends in Los Angeles. They've all gone home and are content with their own lives. I don't want to talk about it with anybody since it makes me feel sick to my stomach just thinking about it. When it comes down to it, I believe she never really cared for me, and I'm still trying to accept this. I'm at a loss on what to do in this situation. After writing my resignation letter for work, I notified my parents that I would be going home in the following several weeks, if not sooner. When I was very enraged, I performed both of these things. I just need guidance on how to continue. I don't want to talk about it with her since it's embarrassing. I can't even look her in the eyes since I'm in such a state of shock. Advice on what to do and how to deal with the issue would be much appreciated. Now that she's at work, I'm considering leaving while she's there. Story 2. GF cheated on me. Now I get panic attacks in the morning. Greetings, my name is Jin. I'm in Singapore, performing national service as an office clerk, essentially a 9-5 job, and my ex cheated on me a few days ago with another individual from her college. We've been dating for 2 years. Some history on her. She leads a difficult life, is easily impacted by her profession, and has family troubles. I won't go into depth since she prefers to keep it secret. It all began last week when she said that she needed 2-3 days to reflect on herself, her career, and her future, which included our relationship. I respected that. I urged her to take care of herself, and that if she needed anything she could always rely on me, her friends, or family for emotional support. I texted her after 2 days. Hey, do you want to discuss right now or do you need more time? No, I need more time to consider, she says. Speak to me next week. I was feeling lonely and alone, so I told her how I felt. I said that I felt left in the dark and that I was becoming nervous, and that it would be wonderful if she simply told me what was upsetting her. She responds that she wants to move on from our relationship and that she needs time to decide if she still wanted to be with me. I was surprised since I assumed she wanted time to consider how we might better manage our time together. I was enraged and said, "And what if I don't have a say in it? You get a week to think about it, while I get nothing." Then she defended herself, claiming that it was her feelings, not mine, and that she doesn't want to deal with mine, which doesn't even involve me. Then I told her that wasn't the issue. The issue was that she didn't inform me from the start and didn't bother to sort things out with me. I was furious and knew I was ready to scream some vulgarities at her, so I told her, okay, she can collect her thoughts, I'll get mine, and we'll meet up in a week to either cut it up or reconnect. I was depressed for a few days because I assumed she had met another person, and some of my friends agreed, but others advised me not to listen since none of my friends were really close to her. They told me she probably didn't, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt, but I also mentally prepared myself in case she cheated on me. I was okay after the first few days, and I was back to usual. 5 days pass, and she messages me asking if she can see me a day early. I said yes. Then I asked how she was. She said she's well. Then a few hours passed, and she asked how I was. I replied I was fine, just doing things I like. She responds that she hasn't been fine, so I inquire, oh, what's wrong? That's when she confessed to having cheated on me. I was psychologically prepared for it. So I wasn't upset, just disappointed. I still cared for her, so I told her, hey, everyone makes errors, and just because you made one terrible choice in your life doesn't mean you're a nasty person. We're all still evolving as individuals, and instead of beating yourself up, you should learn from your own mistakes. It was 1 a.m. at this time. She was weeping, and she requested me to go to her house and embrace her. So I went. We lived 20 minutes away walking distance. We spoke about it more, and she showed me who the person was, a music buddy of hers. She said he went through a breakup, and in her words, she was also going through a breakup, like we didn't even break up, are you talking about? Then they both used each other. At this point, I was trying not to yell at her. I remained calm and told her that she should stop seeing this guy because he seemed like the typical boy who is only there for you when you're emotionally vulnerable. And that when she stands up for him, you don't know who he is. I didn't get furious and simply changed the subject. She later asked if we could still be friends. At first I said it would take a long time, but she persisted and I thought more about it. I said if that guy is in your life, I can't be in it either. She said she'll think about it, like you dude. Okay, I replied, I just need some time to think about it. I subsequently inquired why she lost interest in me, and she replied it was because she lost interest in my physicality. I gained weight throughout our RS, but was already making progress, losing 2 kg at that point. I joked, well, you chose a bad time then. So it didn't seem like it would affect me. I still feel very insecure about it now. So I left with Akish terms with her back home, 2 a.m., but broken up. Later I text her saying I wanted time for myself, but would make myself accessible in case of emergencies. So plainly I didn't want to speak to her unless it was an emergency. She responds, thank you very much. A few seconds later, she adds, insert name, is really sorry. I was furious. Sorry for what? Cheating on me with my lady or feeling awful for yourself since you cheated? Like him guy. I told her I wasn't interested and didn't want to hear it, and she said, okay, just saying like hello. What did I say about emergencies merely being a he's humiliating me by apologizing? So I go to the bathroom and weep, and this is when things went very awful for me psychologically. I subsequently informed her that I needed to block her because I couldn't cope with this garbage and needed time to think about it. It's been 3 days. I actually did love this girl a lot, and my minds are simply wired to think of her first thing in the morning, and I can't stand it. When I wake up, the first thing that comes to mind is her cheating on me and betraying me after everything I've done, and I can't take it. Every moment in my life is painful. I've already hung out with my friends, but the pain, emotion, and reality hit me so hard when I'm alone, it's very overwhelming, and I sometimes feel like I want to sleep and never wake up so that I don't have to deal with these emotions. I cry. Why it's really aggravating and unpleasant. It's not only the mornings. Every waking moment when I'm alone, I can't accomplish whatever I want because she keeps coming into my brain. I need assistance moving on, and I'm not sure how. All I want is for these feelings to stop hurting and for me to go on. I can't take it anymore.